Good evening, KnoItAllZ podcast viewers. Welcome to another edition of the KnoItAllZ. Once again, I'm coming at you live with my boy Big Tate. What's happening, Tate?
Big G, what's happening, man? It's been a beautiful weekend, man. We got football back both days, Saturday and Sunday, that college game and that NFL game, man. I'm just getting up from sitting in that recliner after almost a 7-hour straight session, man.
Man, ain't nothing in the world like being back in the prime time of sports world, man. Hey, and I'm going to send a shout out to our boy Mod. He can't be with us again this week. One more week of recovery, but he's coming back in because he claims he's the number one know-it-all.
He gonna be back next week. Let's showing all y'all what he don't know nothing about.
Yeah. But before we get into our conversation tonight, let's get into this. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our podcast. Once again, it's the KnoItAllZ podcast with your boys, Big Tate, Big G, and Mod, who's not with us here tonight. First thing I want to get into, and I'm going to let it be known from a statement, there's going to be some furniture moved around in here tonight. It's going to get ugly. But I'm going to give my boy Tate an opportunity and a chance to say what he got to say about this week's college football, because I'm feeling some kind of way, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to let Tate take off on college football real quick and give me his viewpoints, especially with the new AP Top 10.
Well, man, I'll start with the good stuff first, man. The Iowa Hawkeyes looked impressive. They went into Iowa State and beat number 10, number 9. But they handled them. Handled them. So, I think right now, with Ohio State losing, and Ohio State defense looked terrible. I'm so disappointed in that. But I have to say Iowa's number one team in the Big Ten. Alabama still looks strong. They play Florida next week. We'll talk about that probably next week But yeah, so that's about it. I mean, the Texas Longhorns, they are who we probably thought they were. I mean, they had a good win that first week. And then yesterday they came out against Arkansas. I think it's maybe because the SEC team, a big conference team, power conference team, they just came in and folded up, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling it, man. But I done put the statements out there on my Facebook link and our KnoItAllZ link and a lot of other social media things, man. Listen, I'm not letting Ohio State get away with what they got away with without going in hard on one Mr. Kerry Combs, man. I'm not letting them get Kerry Combs is the defensive coordinator for the Ohio State football team.
Now, I knew that. I was helping you get the people context.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay. Kerry Combs got to get the business as far as our show is concerned tonight. I'm not letting him get away with it. There's no way in the world I could be a true fan and a true Buckeye without saying what I need to say about Kerry Combs. Ladies and gentlemen, he is not a defensive coordinator. He does not need to be holding the position of defensive coordinator. And until he's removed or replaced as a defensive coordinator, we are in trouble as a team. There is no way that we have all the 5-star talent in the world and we ran a vanilla defense against Oregon, who didn't really never go over the top on us the whole game, never put the fear of the threat and going deep. And we ran a vanilla defense the whole game and did not blitz or pressure him until late in the fourth quarter. He's not a DC. We have two defensive ends, number 9 and number 11, and I don't care about loyalty, years in the program, what people think as far as their draft status. They are not, just let me say this, Chase Young, Joey Bosa, Nicky Bosa is not walking through that front door. So you can't run Kerry Combs' style of defense unless he lets the 5-star talent with Jack Sawyer and with JT Tuilaitoa, number 33 and number 44, get in the game and rush the quarterback. Kerry Combs from the Know It All podcast. If you run vanilla defense against Indiana, if you run vanilla defense against Penn State, and if you run vanilla defense against Michigan, you are going to get blown out. So Ohio State, you got time. You're still ranked number 9 in the rankings. But, man, there's got to be some drastical changes on the defensive side of the football. I really don't have problems with the youngsters on offense. I think C.J. Stroud played the best game he could. He made a couple mistakes here and there. But, I mean, the kid threw for 400-plus yards and a lot of touchdowns. I like Trayvon Henderson. I like all the receiving core and the running backs. But we got to do something on defense, man. Take what you think, man.
Man, I think Kerry Combs is best served as the strength and conditioning coach and the cheerleader on the sideline, because his schematically the stuff he puts out there. Look at this. Ohio State blown out by Alabama last year in the championship, ran all over. A couple weeks ago, first game of the year, they won the game, but Minnesota was dominating them up front, running the ball just like they wanted to.
Yeah. And
yesterday, they got 3 of Oregon's 5 touchdowns was on the same exact play. Like, okay, you see a play once, you got to read your keys and stuff like that and be able to stop it.
Yeah.
Kerry Combs didn't put them young men in position to do that. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, they lost. CJ Stroud played a decent game. He played a good game. Threw for 484, 3 touchdowns. When he misses, and I think this will even out over time. When he misses with more reps and stuff in the game, he misses high or he misses long. Yeah. So he missed a few throws we should have had maybe, more points on. But I mean, when you throw for almost 500 yards, you say 400 plus, 484, almost 500 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, and they're supposed to win. I think offensively, the line has to try and dominate a little more. You got to establish that running game. Yeah. You know what I mean? They didn't do that. That's why he threw for so many yards. They ran for like about $130, which is decent. But, at Ohio State, you expect to dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Correct. So, we need to establish the running game going forward. That'll help the defense too. Establishing the running game, give them a break, keep them off the field. Need to play those guys you're talking about and schematically come up with something different. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling it, man. And I worry about it because this is 3 years running where Combs has at least been the head guy or at the top of the pecking order for the defense for 3 years. And 3 years in a row consecutively, our defenses just went downhill fast. So I really think that it's time for Ohio State to make a change. And I want to point this out, which a lot of people don't know. You can go and Google it, YouTube it, whatever you want to. Kerry Combs was real disrespectful to Coach Ryan Day running into the locker room at halftime. Ryan Day and Kerry Combs got into it, and it was caught on camera. And as a DC, you don't never disrespect your head coach when he's telling you, look, I put you in charge of this. You got to make some changes, and you got to do what you need to do moving forward to help our team win. They never made any adjustments. So I got a problem with Combs thinking he's got the big head and he's untouchable and thinks nothing can happen to him. And that's another reason why I'm saying, hey, look, if he don't get it done, it's time for him to get up on out of there, man. That's my take with the Buckeyes. Now, as far as the top 10, real quick, I like the top 10 rankings. I like how they're seated right now. I think run them down real quick. You got Alabama, Georgia,
Oklahoma at number 3, Oregon at 4, Iowa at 5, Clemson at 6, Texas A&M at 7, Cincinnati at 8, Ohio State at 9, and Penn State at 10. Right? There's a couple of teams right outside of the top 10, 11 and 12, being Florida, Notre Dame, and UCLA that I still think could cause some havoc as far as the schedule goes. But I think right now, the 2 possible highest overrated teams in the top 10 might be Texas A&M and it might be Clemson.
And it might be Ohio State.
Could be. Hey, I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
We're here to keep it 100 with the people now.
I'm not mad.
That performance the past 2 games. 2 games. One Minnesota. yesterday we looked very overrated. We didn't look like a number 3 team in the country for sure.
Yeah. Mod signed in remotely, and he's talking about slow linebackers are never good. Mod, I didn't want to get into it, but I mean, number 35 is Tough Borland's clone. I mean, it's he
number
can't
35 is his last name Eichenberg. His brother played at Notre Dame offensive line, just went to the league last year.
Right.
He looked like he might be a good offensive lineman, but not a good middle linebacker.
Right. You cannot have slow linebackers running with guys that are athletes and have receiver ability and play running back position.
Yeah, the college game nowadays is predicated on spread offenses. So you spread all those guys out, you get your fast, shifty guys out on the field, out in routes, running wheel routes, running posts, coming across that middle. And a guy that's a thumper anymore now, in the NFL, you still need that sometimes.
Yeah,
you need that down here thumper to stop short yards and stop runs. But in college, not so much, man. In college, you need to put, we used to have people like Ryan Shazier back there in his day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Got guys like that. And Baron Browning was most recent.
Yeah,
you got guys
Devin
running
Bush.
Devin Bush from Michigan. I was thinking Ohio State, but you got guys running 4.4, 4.5 40s that can keep up with these guys and move from sideline to sideline, and that's where the linebacker position is going. In the NFL, slowly but surely too. But in the NFL, there still is a need for that thumper, but not so much in college. And I think the guys Ohio State have Texas. Texas was slow. The Longhorns look slow at linebacker.
Oh yeah, we're not moving without just giving a 1 minute true analysis on those Texas Longhorns, even though Mod ain't here. We got to be known.
The one Big Ten team that does have speed in linebackers. I know you watched them. I watched them all last week. Penn State.
Yes.
Penn State moving on that deal. I can't tell you who they are. Number 13, number 17.
Yeah.
Those guys are playing with some speed.
Yeah. Well, Penn State traditionally is linebacker U. So, that of course. But like I was saying about with those Texas Longhorns, there's no way I'm getting off this show or off this subject about college football. We're not recognizing as well. Like I said, there's going to be some furniture moving around in here, and some people's going to be off or upset when I say what I say. The Texas Longhorns are who we thought they were. They are right now. They do not have the quality and depth to run up against probably what Arkansas might be the 5th best SEC West team, not counting the SEC East. The 5th best SEC West, they got blown out. And some of that was because of their coach, Steve Sarkisian, his unwillingness to change quarterbacks. Because when the second guy came in, Thompson, he showed that he could move the ball. He showed that he could run. He showed that he could complete passes. And he showed that the action in the moment was not too big for him. What you say, Tate?
Well, I saw them bring Thompson in, and they scored a couple times. But, the dude, Carr, played good last week. You know what I mean? So you don't just pull the quarterback just because you're having trouble right away. So now that Thompson came in and showed himself capable, then you have it out in practice this week. You see what's what. You see what's shaking.
Yeah.
But, Texas went from number 15 in the top 25 to not in the top 25.
Yeah, and for y'all that don't know, Thompson's father is the famous Oklahoma quarterback, Charles Thompson, that played for the Oklahoma Sooners when they was number one, running up and down the field against Nebraska.
He came right after Jamil Holloway.
He sure did, and he actually transferred up here to Ohio and played at Central State for a couple of years.
I remember that too.
Yeah. So Charles, this is in this kid's pedigree to be successful and be a gamer and be a winner, because his dad was a flat out beast at Oklahoma, man.
A lot of cats don't remember that, but that's back when they was running that option offense.
Yeah, they ran that wishbone down at you, man.
Mm-hmm,
so the kid Thompson, it's in his blood, man. It's in his blood. So,
you know what? I got to call you on that, because last week you said something about somebody you played football with in college,
Tyler Johnson,
and his son plays for UAB.
Blasted. Blasted. The Georgia,
Yeah,
hey,
man.
and that's why I say that Georgia, realistically, Georgia and Alabama, somebody's going to have to prove to me that they're better than those two teams, because right
They're on
now
another
they are
level.
clearly
They're on
one
another
of them.
level right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And Georgia won yesterday while they starting quarterback.
Yeah, and the backup came in blowing him out. Came in throwing the ball all over the field. He actually looked better than the starter. So, that's just our little short take on college football this week, y'all. And also there's a few three big games I want to point out for next week. Indiana and plays Cincinnati. Auburn plays Penn State, and the Florida Gators play Alabama. So we'll look forward to bringing that information to
Auburn,
you.
Penn State gonna be a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
So
All right.
that Cincinnati, Indiana. But all right, let's move on. We'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to the NFL Week 1, man. Tate, give me your take on what happened and what occurred on Week 1. What did you think was good? What did you think was bad? And who do you think is really the real deal and it just wasn't one time to shine?
Man, I thought football just being back was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was good just from Thursday night. That Dallas Tampa Bay Buccaneers game was a great game.
Outstanding.
And that just started off the weekends. We had a whole bunch of good ones today too. Right now, I mean, my Pittsburgh Steelers got a win, so I'm excited and happy about that. It was a grimy win too.
Yeah.
They was down 10 at halftime, 10-zip. Came back and outscored Buffalo 23-6 in the second half. With good defense, with just because football, a lot of people get excited with the offensive aspect of the game, and understandably so. But football is 3 phases.
Yeah,
you got to play defense, you got to play special teams.
Yeah,
that's what Pittsburgh came to do in that game. They stopped Buffalo on 2 4th downs.
Yeah,
T.J. Watt forced a fumble on a strip sack. They got special teams field goal on a block punt.
No, absolutely.
In the second half, and that's what turned the game.
Right, and I'll just say, because I told Kevin this off camera, and I'm going to make sure everybody knows, the Pittsburgh defensive backs look better than I've seen in years. I was really pleased about their ability to pursue those Buffalo wide receivers, and when they caught the ball, they made them pay for catching the ball. I was really liking that out of Pittsburgh's DBs. Really, really liking it. I would say, though, Tate, my surprise of the day, as far as how well they actually played, was the Houston Texans, man. I mean, who in the world would have thought Houston would put up 37 points, even though they was playing Jacksonville, which is a suspect team? We were calling for Houston to be an offer for the season. So, you know
what? I told my brother-in-law that he does his pool at work. He's like, who should I pick? And he was going to pick Houston over Jacksonville. I think because he thought from last year Jacksonville was just garbage, which they are. But I said Houston going to be more garbage, though, so don't pick that game.
Yeah. Yeah. And I definitely say that they were surprised. Mod says his pick is the Arizona Cardinals. Mod, I'm not mad at you with that pick, man. Arizona really looked really, really, really good today against the Tennessee Titans, who we thought would be maybe an improved team with the addition of Julio Jones. But
you thought that. I told you I didn't believe in Ryan Tannehill. I said that when we did our NFL preview show.
No, actually, in our NFL preview show, who said that was Mod. I said to Tennessee, I wasn't believing in them.
Did you say that? Oh, well, Absolutely. Mod don't know nothing.
Yeah, I said
Hey, I know a bad take you did have, though.
What's that?
You didn't believe in Jameis.
No, I didn't believe in Jameis. I still don't believe in Jameis. And that's my one thing as far as the surprising was Fool's Gold. I think Fool's Gold, 14 of 20 for 148 yards and 5 touchdowns. I mean, come on, man.
Well, Big G, he's in Sean Payton's offense. He's not with Tampa Bay coach Bruce Arians.
Yeah, correct.
No risk it, no biscuit. He's not doing that no more. He's not taking. He's playing smart, calculated football.
Yeah.
Give Jameis credit, man. Jameis is number 1 overall pick that put up a lot of numbers, but turned the ball over a lot. Today, he threw 5 touchdowns and no interceptions. Put some respect on Jameis' name. Against Green Bay.
Yeah.
The defending number 1 seed from last year.
Yeah, which does give him some credibility. But I still say it's fool's gold. Me, especially when we're talking about fantasy football, fantasy numbers, man, me and you have been playing fantasy football for years. And we know that a guy will have one big explosive game and it'll seem like the whole league will shift their rosters just to grab that guy. And then by the middle of the season or end of the season, they're looking around like, man, what did I do to grab this guy?
You watch, man, in our league, in one of our leagues we in together, people gonna be running for Jameis this week. What?
Yeah.
And you know what? I gotta say, man, we playing each other in this first week of fantasy football, and you up 30 points on me right now, man.
The dub is happening, bro. The dub. Go ahead. Tell me.
No, I'm just gonna say I still got Matthew Stafford playing tonight, and I got the Rams defense, and I got my kicker coming Monday night.
Yeah, but I got Cooper Kupp, who Matt Stafford is going to feed.
He ain't throwing to Cooper Kupp.
If Cooper Kupp gets 7 or 8 catches for about 85, 90 yards and a touchdown,
that's going to be tough to come back from.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a wrap for week 1 for Big Tate. And Big G puts the L dog on Tate week 1.
Ain't happening, bro. Let's get back to this NFL. Games today.
I would say the big loser of the day is definitely Aaron Rodgers, man. He looks so unmotivated and unwilling to play. I mean, I've never seen – well, I've always said this about the Packers. When the Packers lay an egg, they lay an egg. And today might have been one of the biggest goose eggs that they ever laid in the history of Aaron Rodgers being a quarterback. He really looked like he's got some issues and some concerns with the Green Bay team as a whole. What you think, Tate?
Man, during the offseason, Aaron Rodgers making all that noise, man, like he want to get traded. He upset the team don't discuss the moves they making, as far as personnel and stuff with him.
Yeah.
And I understand that from a certain point because you a franchise quarterback. Most teams usually do consult with their franchise quarterback. Quarterback's not making no decision. The quarterback is not what LeBron James is to the Lakers.
Correct.
You know what I mean? But they do get to have some say in personnel. And Aaron Rodgers came out today, and he looked as bad as I've ever seen him look. He threw 5 interceptions all of last year on the way to MVP. Today he threw 2 interceptions. Then looked good, got his long gray beard and long hair like he old surfer and stuff like that, man. I mean, he's just like he really did seem disinterested, like he said. So I think Green Bay could be in some trouble, man.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think this might even be a ploy still with Aaron Rodgers to try to get out of Green Bay, man. I'm not convinced that he wants to be playing there. I really do think that he wants to be traded somewhere on the West Coast, but now we know that the 49ers will not move forward because they even had gadget plays for Trey Lance today, which he came in and threw a touchdown. So we know that the 49ers are not going to go. We know that the Rams aren't going to go or aren't going to grab because they're grabbing Matt Stafford. We know the Chargers ain't because they got Justin Herbert. So you got – and we know Seattle's not because they got Russie, who looked like an MVP today. So his slim pickings on the West Coast, man.
The only team out there on the West Coast, that's where they want to go with San Francisco, but they drafted Trey Lance.
Yeah.
So I don't see them making no moves. I mean, I don't see Aaron Rodgers just throwing this season because he want to get traded. I mean, I see him being the competitor, won the MVP last year, that he wants to compete. And I think he wants to get traded, but I don't think he's going to throw their season because he's pouting when he wants to be traded. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just don't see where I don't see where he's a need right now. Maybe, and this is one of the last points we're going to get into. Maybe he's the fit or the real thing that needs to go on at the mistake by the lake Cleveland Browns today. Because let's really get into what happened with one Mr. Baker Mayfield, who everybody's giving all this credit to. What'd he do, Tate? Tell him.
Well, Baker was rated the most underrated player last weekend. I think an ESPN poll, most underrated player in football. Maybe he's underrated quarterback in football. But the Browns came out, man. They look super, super good today in the first half.
Yeah.
They was controlling the line of scrimmage. They was running the ball with Chubb and Hunt. You know what I mean? Now, I think they did miss Odell today.
Yeah.
I mean, he would be a factor, but that boy Anthony Schwartz, the rookie out of Auburn,
Wheels.
he had a heck of a game too. Yeah, he like a 4.34 high 4.240 guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he showed that today.
Yeah.
Baker played good in the first half. You know what? He plays good. He plays good when the game is closer with the lead.
Yeah.
That's when he plays well. I mean, because last year against the same team, his last game before this game was against Kansas City.
Yeah.
Cleveland had the ball down, I think 4, maybe 3 last year with like 4 minutes left. Patrick Mahomes was hurting out the game.
Yeah.
All Baker got to do is take his team down and get a score. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Today they did kind of the same thing. They jumped on him quick. They let Cleveland come back. Now, granted, that punter dropping that ball it was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
It really cost him.
Yeah.
But even at that, Baker got the ball back again. All he needed was to go get a touchdown and win the game.
Yeah.
And I know the interception he threw. He was trying to throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
But he threw it right to the defender. And I mean, so at the end of the day, another opportunity in crunch time to go get it done against a playoff team. And it didn't happen.
Right. And so that's why I'm saying maybe Baker, I mean, because Cleveland looks like I'm just be honest, offensively and defensively, they look like they're ready to take the next step.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that the issue is the guy who's behind center. Mod said, you can't make the mistakes against Mahomes just like Tom Brady. That's correct. And I think maybe, I mean, you won't see the trade right now, but I think Aaron Rodgers up underneath center for Cleveland. Yeah. Godfrey Benedict said
Jeffrey, that's
Jeffrey Benedict.
That's the homie from BTSC, man.
What's up, Jeff? What's happening?
He the X's and O's guy, man. He know a lot of stuff. I was on the show with him last week, and I was like, I don't know the X's and O's like you. I just know personnel, so I let him have that. But he got a good point there. Go ahead and read
it. Yeah. He said he looked good when they're running it. When they got away from the run, it wasn't good. Baker isn't going to win a shootout with Mahomes. Oh, I agree. But wholeheartedly, we're talking about shootout or not, when the money's on the line and it's time to play football, and when you got to line up against an Aaron Rodgers, against a Pat Mahomes, against a Tom Brady, against a Russell Wilson, you got to play. And if you're the reason why you lose, then as an organization at Cleveland, hey, it might be time to take a look, because every time it comes to these big time moments and big time shootouts, something always happens with Baker. I'm just saying that they don't make excuses for anybody else. So why make them the excuse for Baker?
They're not going to make any moves this year. Cleveland's not. But that's why they haven't paid him yet either, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
I mean, I don't know. Like I'm not gonna call Baker a weak link, but he's the only questionable position on that team. They loaded at receiver, they loaded at running back, D-line, defensive backfield, like everywhere.
Yeah. And he said, I agree with Jeffrey Benedict, man. He said he ain't the guy. And I'm saying that to all the Cleveland fans, man. You got a team to win the bowl. But if the guy who's playing underneath the quarterback is not going to get you to the promised land, it's not happening, man. So he's a good player. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm not saying he's bottom 15 quarterbacks in the league. But I'm saying when the money's on the line and you got to win,
that's true.
Come on, man.
He's a front runner. I mean, I remember back when they playing in the college football playoff against Georgia. They had a nice lead against Georgia. Yeah. And then that league got shrunk away. And when it was time to, like you said, the money on the table.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think once Cleveland solves the quarterback position, be it if it's, I don't know who they're going to do. They could possibly aggressively go after Aaron Rodgers.
Well, let me ask you this. For this year right now, and I know that won't happen, but would Cam Newton be better than Baker Mayfield?
I knew you was going there with that tape,
hey,
man.
I think Cam going to the Redskins. Fitzpatrick got hurt. They say he had like 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, and he cracked his hip real bad. Yeah, he cracked his hip. But that backup quarterback for the Redskins is pretty good, man. The kid played good today, even though they lost.
He
But
played good in the loss last year to Tampa Bay, man. But if Ron Rivera no Cam Newton, not saying it's gonna happen. I can see it being a fit. They have an excellent defense. I like Gibson and McKissick at running back. You know what I mean? I can see Cam coming in there and being a stabilizing force for that team versus Heineke, who's young and is learning on the job. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know. That's just a hot take, real quick.
Hey, what about Cam in Cleveland?
I just asked you that.
Yeah,
I asked you, would he be better than Baker?
Listen, what I'm going to do. I'm going to give Baker 2-3 weeks. This is week 1. Baker legs an egg. Let's see what Baker looks like at the end of week 3. If Baker's 1-2 or 0-3, it's time to move on, ladies and gentlemen. Cleveland, it's time to move on.
I think they should probably win their next 2 or 3 games, man.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what their schedule is, but you know, you got it. You got.
Go ahead. I'm gonna tell you.
Hey, so listen, last topic, man, real quick, because it's time for us to wrap it up for the show because we do got that.
Wait, can I tell you one more person I was impressed with? Yeah, they next 3 games, Texans, Bears, Vikings.
Yeah,
they could win all 3 of them.
Yeah, they could, but if they're 1-3, it's time to move on, ladies and gentlemen. Time to move on.
The other person I was impressed with is Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts looked really good today. Threw for 3 touchdowns, ran for like 65 yards.
Yeah.
He was the main reason that Philly offense was moving like it did.
Yeah.
You know, he threw a touchdown to the rookie Heisman winner last year, Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And so you know, I just thought he looked good.
Yeah, I was impressed with Kyler Murray as well. I mean, that's who got my. If we give an award for the day or far as top player, my trophy goes to Kyler Murray and Chandler Jones on the defensive end, who had 5 sacks for the Arizona Cardinals today.
Ooh, 5 sacks. Yeah,
you know. So yeah, I'm loving that, man. I'm loving it. He's
on pace for 85 sacks this year.
Yeah, on pace. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is just our quick preview and wrap about the NFL and college football. We're at the pinnacle, man, of sports right now. So if you would like what you've been watching, please like and subscribe to all of our social medias, YouTube, Facebook, and please, and if you enjoy our content, subscribe to what's going on with us. Tate, you got any final words?
Man, I'm curious before we get out of here real quick. What you think about tonight's game and tomorrow's game?
I look for the Rams and the Bears to possibly, it's going to go 2 ways, either a shootout or it's a low-scoring game. One way or the other. You think Andy Dalton can get involved in the shootout? I think Andy Dalton might be on the bench by the second or third quarter. Come on, man. If they was going to do that, Justin Fields be playing, we'll be starting right now. Not because he wants to, but because there's a guy on the Rams defense named number 99 named Darnold that can really hurt you real bad. You know, and I can see that dude causing some serious damage. His name is Donald, not Darnold, but I know who you're talking about. I know number 99. Sure. Yeah. So who you got winning, the Rams or the Bears? I got the Rams. I got the Rams. And tomorrow, Ravens, Raiders. Baltimore, but Baltimore is a different team now, ladies and gentlemen. They're not a contender anymore. I know we said that a few weeks ago, but with the losses of Hill, J.K. Dobbins, and Gus Edwards. Hey man, but I mean, I think the signing of Latavius Murray, and you brought this up. I mean, Latavius Murray is a better version of Gus Edwards than Gus Edwards is of himself. I agree. So you know, it might take him some time a week or 2 to learn the playbook, but I mean, you know, at the end of the day, running back is running back. You got Lamar Jackson going to draw the eye of the defense. Yeah. So you know, all Murray got to do is hit the hole. Hey, before we sign out, just a little quick update. The running back for the Chicago Bears, Montgomery, just broke a 41-yard run up the gut. They got the ball at the 12-yard line of Rams, 1st and goal. Well, man, I didn't know the game started already. I got to get out of here, man. Yeah, we out of here. But Matt Stafford, my fantasy quarterback. Thanks, KnoItAllZ listeners. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, and thank you.